Hi, welcome back to Piano Spun Yarns for day 12, halfway through Advent of the World of Wool Spin Along. I'm Jess and this is day 12. This is the halfway mark. That's so exciting for me. This is also part of a short series of days where I'm not spinning on camera because I'm going to be collecting these wools while I go on a little vacation. So I'll be able to spin and knit while I'm there, but I won't be able to record. So for day 12, we are opening this bag from Poland. And our tradition today is the opletek. Our blend is made of Surrey alpaca, Shetland, and blue-faced Leicester. Leicester? Every time I say it, I know that it's different than I think I'm supposed to be saying it. Leicester, Leicester, Worcestershire, Leicester, BFL. Again, Surrey alpaca, there are definitely Surrey alpaca farms in Poland. I don't know if they have really a cultural significance, but you can certainly find them there. Shetland and BFL are certainly European breeds, so they're in the area. Knowing what I know about this tradition, I'm gonna guess this is gonna be a very light or white blend. Let's see if I'm right. It's about as white as it gets. Ooh. And it's such a nice blend too. So Surrey alpaca is, of course, extremely soft and warm, and the Shetland and BFL are gonna give this blend a little bit of strength and tenacity. You don't want to, I mean, you can, but blending alpaca on its own can be a little tough. It's very slippery, it's almost silk-like, and it's so heavy on its own. Garments that you make out of purely alpaca tend to hang and drag over time. They're very, very heavy, beautiful, but it depends on what you want them for. A nice silk alpaca shawl will be beautiful and will drape. But if you try to make a sweater out of just alpaca, you'll get that same effect. It won't hang nicely after a few washes. So this blend is really helping to keep the bounce and strength of the BFL and Shetland, while the alpaca is offering some real softness. You can see that altogether they've got an incredible staple length. This is going to be such a joy to spin. I'm so excited. Alpaca can also tend to have a halo effect, and I'm already seeing it a bit. So this might be another one of those like mohair where we have a textured patch in our coat. And this is going to go right next to that deep blue, almost black from yesterday. So talk about contrast. That's going to be gorgeous. Let's look at our motif for day 12. I don't want to guess too much here. I did ask my partner about how he arranged the motifs, and he said that he did do it with a little bit of purpose, and I've been noticing that kind of all the geometric patterns were together and our snowflakes were kind of together, so I'm thinking now we're into like the pictures era. So we've had the reindeer and then the cups. Let's see what comes next. Oh, very simplistic, very short. Just a little pattern. I was wrong. And that'll be like stark in black and white with the white in the background. It'll be a nice little change of pace. Well, I just play a little bit with this. Let me tell you about the opletek. So the opletek is a Polish Christmas wafer. It's very reminiscent of the kind of wafer you would have with sacrament, so that kind of like thin, papery, unleavened wafer. It's made of just flour and water. It is unleavened, but the difference is these wafers come in, they kind of look like phone-sized actually, large rectangles of wafer, and they are embossed. So they have beautiful ornate scenes of the Nativity or of Christ, and you'll see those kind of like printed, embossed onto the wafer itself. Traditionally, the wafers are completely white, but given changes in technology, you can also dye the wafers to be any color. But now you can also paint them with food-safe dyes. So there are wafers that are ornately painted. They look beautiful. The tradition of the Christmas wafer is like the breaking of bread. So when sitting down for Christmas dinner, each person will be passed the wafer and break off a piece, explaining their blessings, hopes, and prayers for the family and friends for that year before passing the wafer on to the next person and them doing the same. Then they all eat the wafer at the same time and share their blessings and joy for the upcoming year. These are really beautiful. They are pieces of art almost. It seems a shame to eat them, but that is the opletek from Poland. Here is today's yarn finished. Here is the yarn for day 12. I really love a yarn that has a rustic kind of hand-spun quality look to it. Just because of the blend, it does have a kind of thick and thinness to it, but the alpaca makes it so soft and it is squishy. I love this type of spin. So there it is. Thank you for joining me for day 12 of World of Wool Advent. And if you've been here every day or you joined somewhere in the middle, I just want to say that I am so glad to have you here. We are now halfway through Advent. Advent is such a joyous time for me. I've been participating in some kind of Advent calendar for as long as I can remember. I just love them. I love spreading out the joy of the season as far as I can. And for the last few years, I've been really happy to be able to share that with other people, and now for the first time here on YouTube. So thank you for joining me. Thank you for being here if you've been here the whole time. I'm excited to see what comes next. I'll see you tomorrow for day 13. That's a cat. Bye.